Hey y'all, welcome back to CLOCKWISE Crypto. Hope you guys are moving forward in everything that you do. Let's dive right into the charts. Technical Tuesdays. Let's see what's happening here in the crypto markets from a price action standpoint. Looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin pretty much disrespected our descending triangle. There's no respect there. Just broke through it, heading up to $20,105 currently, and just broke bullish. Was not expecting that. Was expecting my drop to happen. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through some adjustments that I'm making to our technical analysis. Nothing major. I'm not changing my bias, guys. Nothing major. But, I did see the messages. You guys are saying, oh, it broke up. It broke up. I get it. But let me show you what exactly I'm looking at, as I do think there still is a bearish bias, in my opinion. Looking down here at what's happening with Bitcoin, that level of support has been respected. So much so that it really has deemed to be a major level. So once it breaks and clears 18,000, if it clears 18,000, it's going to be a free fall. That's how strong this level of support is. And now what I'm looking at here, what's going on, I'm going to put two levels, I would say two minor levels of resistance. I would have one here at 20,400, so pretty much going up to 20,005, and then another level here, pretty much putting these at like lower high points on the daily time frame. 20,000 or 22,800 would be the next level, and then the final level, which I would say would be huge when we look at Bitcoin and what's going on, would be the 25,000 mark. So remembering that and remembering what exactly we're looking at and looking for is what I am just paying attention to. Like, I'm not changing my bias, but I'm paying attention to, and I'm going to make this last one, final one, red, just because this would be a major move if we did break and close above this level. So I'm making this red just so you remember how critical this is. And with that, that is what I'm looking at. What are we going to do at these levels? Are we going to break? Are we going to break and close above 20,500? Are we going to break and close above 22,800? And are we going to break and close finally above 25,000? And that's kind of a key indicator. 25.5 was the number I had of 25.5. So we'll make that 25.5 just for consistency, with my price analysis. So we'll make it that just to maintain that level. So 25.5. What are we going to do at these levels? So this is going to dictate everything. Are we going to break and close above this lower high point? Lower high point that you see is right here. This is a lower high point. We're going to break and close above this. Once that happens, are we going to break and close above this second lower high? And if these two are broken for whatever reason, so let's say whatever reason these two are broken, and we come up, are we going to break and close above this major level here? Now, personally, I do not think it's going to happen, but we need to be prepared for everything. I do not think that's going to happen. I do think this is a consolidation range. I do think price has been pretty much bouncing back and forth most of September and all of October up until this point. So that's what I'm paying attention to. Like, I'm not changing my bias. I do think this is a critical level, and if we do break this critical level here at 18,000, it's over. It's over. So be mindful of that, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Going to Ethereum, pretty much the same concept. The counter trend line was respected. It did break, but then it ended up correcting, and if we extend this out a little bit, we did end up pretty much respecting this level right here again, but we almost ended up inside of it again. So I think we're seeing the same thing happen with the pump. What happens to Bitcoin typically happens to Ethereum, so pay attention to that. This head and shoulders did go down, but it didn't make a new low. So I'm going to remove this counter trend line and recognize this key level of support that's on Ethereum as well. So that key level of support seems to be about 1,300, but we can make this level right here around, if we want to be precise, it could be 1,270. But I think 1,300 psychologically is what we've seen really be the deciding factor ever since the ETH merge. It just seems like 1300 has been pretty much the range. So I think this is that's the critical level for Ethereum, and I do think the other critical level I think is under 1,000. So we'll have this other level here. We'll mark this at 1,000, just so you guys can see that. So with that, this is what we're looking like, and I'll make this red because these are critical levels here. So the if then scenario for Ethereum, I would say the next level for me personally would be 17. And I think that would be it for me. Breaking above 2,000, okay, but 17, breaking above 1,700 would be it. Like that would be like, oh wow, like we really need to reconsider some things. It's pretty much equivalent to what I was looking like with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks above 25.5, I have to readjust my charts. I have to, really pay attention to like, okay, that may have been the bottom, but I'm not changing my stance right now. That a lot needs to go right for that to happen. So right now, Ethereum's sitting at 1460, and there's another level of resistance that it's at. I'm not going to keep this on here, but just so you guys can see, the next level of resistance I would say would be about here, which would be about 1,500. A little bit under 1,600. It'd be about 1527 almost. I think we should move that up a little bit. Be about 1558 would be a next level of resistance. We'll see what happens, but you see how the charts are looking pretty similar when you talk about seeing the consolidation range and seeing the breakout. We're seeing it on both charts. We look at the fear greed site. We still are extreme fear at 20. So I'm not giving into this notion that was the bottom. I do think there's more bloodshed to be had, and I think it's going to come like a thief in the night. It's going to come just, and people aren't going to be prepared for it. People aren't going to be, ready for it. And I'm really on the sidelines right now, just waiting for that. Got into real estate for some cash flow. Also, also got into, back into Forex trading. So getting profits from there, really just preparing myself for this drop. So that's my notion. Worst case scenario, if I'm late, I get back in and I miss out on a little bit of upside. For me, I started selling when Bitcoin was at like 50,000, and then I sold most of it as soon as we hit 30,000. I was like, okay, 30,000, and then I started selling again. So with that being said, I'm not too worried about this pump. I'm not worried, guys. Your message of concern, not really concerned, but just trying to get my idea about what's happening. I'm not worried about it. I think that this is normal. I think we have false breakouts all the time. And ultimately, to be honest with you, we look at Ethereum. I'm going to remove this one. I need to see Ethereum break 1788. I need to see Bitcoin break 25.5. If those two things happen, then I'll be having a conversation with you about reanalyzing this downtrend and seeing how far we can go. But as of right now, that's kind of my analysis. Basic price action. Not too much going on here, but definitely wanted to dive in. Technical Tuesdays, going over the charts with you, sharing my thoughts and what we're looking like here at Clockwise Crypto, guys. Hope you guys are moving forward. Keep moving forward in everything that you do, and we'll see you soon.